Hi, friends. Do you ever get frustrated? I have to admit, when things don't happen as quickly as I think they should, according to my schedule and my agenda, I get a little frustrated. Does that ever happen to you? Maybe you've been waiting to hear back from somebody and it's taking them longer than you think it should take, and you get a little irritated. Or you start to work on a project and you run into obstacles or roadblocks, and it just feels like it's not even worth all the effort that you're wanting to put into it to make it happen. Well, there's a story in the Bible about Moses, and he's traveling with the Israelites. And it sounds to me, from a leadership perspective, it's getting a little bit frustrating for Moses. We pick up the story in Exodus chapter 17, and we find that the Israelites are complaining yet again about their conditions. Now, remember that they've been freed from Pharaoh and slavery in the Red Sea, and God's been sending them manna and quail to kind of feed them on a regular basis. And now they're complaining that they don't have enough water to drink, or that they don't like the taste of the water. And imagine for just a minute how frustrating that must be for Moses. I mean, he's doing his best out here. I mean, he didn't necessarily originally sign on for this job. And he's done his very best to be the mediator between the complaints and God. And God's been so patient with Moses and said, "Don't worry, I got this. I will once again show my people that I've got their backs and everything's going to be okay." But at this point, I mean, you can only imagine how frustrated Moses must be when they come now and say, "Look, we want a better quality water." So again, Moses goes and he asks God to provide the people with water, and he does that. And then they're attacked. And this time by a physical enemy who comes after them. And the way for victory to be guaranteed is for Moses to hold his hands up. And as long as his hands are up in the air, the Israelites are winning. But the moment that he feels frustrated or tired and he starts to let his arms fall, then the enemy starts to win. And so up the arms go again. And at one point in the story, both of his arms have to be literally held up by other people in order for the Israelites to win. That must be so frustrating for Moses, too, to have gotten to the end of his physical strength in trying to support and help and ensure the victory for his people. And I'm just wondering if you ever feel that level of frustration that, you've got your arms up in the air, you're doing everything that you can, you're working really hard, and you're just not seeing the results for the amount of effort that you're putting in. And I just want to remind you that maybe you don't have physical folks holding your arms up or holding the pen in your hand or the steering wheel in your hands. But by taking your frustration and taking your concerns to God on a non-physical or a metaphorical level, God will prop you up. God will hold your arms in the air to ensure that victory for you, whatever that might look like. And I just want to encourage you today that when you start to feel that frustration swelling and you're getting really close to wanting to give in or to give up, just hold the course. Go to God in prayer and see what are the next steps. Maybe there's something about your development in your relationship with Him that He hasn't quite finished with, or you haven't quite agreed to. And so you need to reconnect in that moment of frustration and know that God is there to hold up your hands to ensure your victory. Thank you so much, friends. I hope you have a wonderful week.